There's a name I carry inside me, a name that pulses through every beat of my heart, a name that no one else knows but me. It is the name of the woman I love, who whispered silently in the darkest moments when the world feels cold and distant. It is the name that colors my dreams and haunts my waking thoughts, the name that defines the very air I breathe. To say it aloud feels like a secret spell, a sacred incantation that binds me to a love so fierce, it cannot be contained. Her name is not just a sound. It is a story, a lifetime of memories wrapped in a single word. It is the laughter that echoes in my mind when everything else falls silent, the softness that melts away the hardness I carry from battles fought in silence. When I speak her name, I summon the warmth of her touch, the fire in her eyes, and the tenderness that only she can give. It is the anchor that holds me steady when the storms rage, the light that guides me home. In a world full of fleeting moments and shallow connections, her name is the only constant I have. It is the echo of a love that refuses to be diminished by distance or doubt. I carry it with me in secret, as if protecting a fragile treasure from the harshness of reality. But this love is anything but fragile. It is wild, relentless, and raw. It shakes me to my core and rebuilds me with every whisper of her name. She is the woman who dared to cross every line I thought was set in stone. The one who challenged my fears, shattered my doubts, and showed me what it means to love without limits. Her name is etched into my soul, an indelible mark that no time or distance can erase. It is a promise of everything I want and everything I need, strength, passion, and a fierce loyalty that burns brighter than any crown. When I say her name, I remember the way her eyes searched for mine in a crowded room, daring me to break free from the chains of expectation. I remember the quiet moments when the world fell away, and it was just us, two hearts beating in defiance of everything that tried to keep us apart. Her name is a rebellion against a life half-lived, a declaration that love can be louder than fear. I have held her name in the deepest corners of my heart, guarded it like the most precious secret, afraid to unleash the truth for fear of losing everything. But what is life without truth? What is love if it remains hidden in the shadows? I am tired of silence. I am tired of pretending that her name is just a whisper when it is a roar that demands to be heard. She is the woman I love, and the world deserves to know. Her name is a symphony of strength and softness, of fire and grace. It carries the weight of every tear she has shed and every smile she has shared. It is the reason I fight when the world tells me to give up, the reason I wake each morning with hope in my chest. She is the music in my soul, the poetry in my veins, the heartbeat of my existence. To speak her name aloud is to break every rule I was ever taught to obey. It is to tear down the walls built by fear and tradition, to demand that love be seen and honored without apology. Her name is a revolution, a challenge to the world that has tried to silence us. It is a testament to the power of a love that refuses to be hidden. I dream of the day when her name will be spoken freely, when no one will flinch or whisper behind closed doors. When the world will know her not as a secret or a shadow, but as the queen of my heart, the woman who holds my soul in her hands. Until then, I will carry her name proudly, a secret no longer, but a declaration of all that I am. Every time I say her name, I am reminded of the courage it takes to love fiercely in a world that demands silence. I am reminded that love is not always easy, but it is always worth it. She is the light that refuses to be extinguished, the fire that burns through every doubt, every fear, every barrier. Her name is my truth, my hope, my everything. So here, in this moment, I give her the greatest honor I have, the gift of my voice, the power of my words, the courage to love without shame. This is the name of the woman I love, spoken not in whispers but in a roar that echoes through every fiber of my being. She is my past, my present, and my future. She is my queen, my heart, my forever. To carry her name is to carry a flame that refuses to be dimmed by the cold winds of judgment or the weight of expectation. It is a name that has been whispered in moments of doubt, shouted in bursts of passion, and held close in the silence of longing. Every syllable is a lifeline, a tether to a love that has weathered storms both within and without. The power in her name is not just in what it sounds like, but in what it represents, a promise of belonging, of fierce devotion, of a bond that defies reason. I have watched the world spin around us, sometimes feeling like we were characters in a story written by others, a script that demanded we hide the truth. But the truth cannot be scripted or contained. It breaks free, wild and untamed, like the woman whose name I carry with reverence and fire. She is not just a part of my story, she is the story, the heartbeat that gives rhythm to every moment I live. And to speak her name is to breathe life into a love that refuses to be silenced. Her name is a bridge between two worlds, between the person I am and the person I become when I stand beside her. It carries the weight of every stolen glance, every secret touch, every stolen moment when the rest of the world ceased to exist. It is the name I say when I need strength and the name that softens my soul when the battles leave me weary. She is the quiet calm in the chaos, the fierce storm in the stillness. There have been nights when I held her name close, fearing that if I let go, the love it carries would slip away like a ghost. But love, real love, is never lost. It lingers in the spaces between words, in the unspoken promises, in the electric tension that pulls us together against all odds. Her name is the embodiment of that love, unyielding, unstoppable, undeniable. I think about the first time I truly understood the weight of her name, when it became more than just a word and transformed into a force that reshaped my entire world. It was in the way her eyes held mine in a moment that said, without words, that this was no ordinary love. It was the kind of love that changes the course of a lifetime, that redefines what is possible. And from that moment on, her name was etched into the very fabric of who I am. This name I carry is not without its battles. There are forces that seek to erase it, to bury it beneath layers of expectation and tradition. But love like ours is not so easily buried. It is a wildfire that burns through the coldest nights, a beacon that refuses to be hidden in the dark. I will fight with every ounce of my being to protect this name, to protect her, to protect the love that has given my life.